During today's demo, we show you how to compose Ultimus solutions by using the different Ultimus modules and how these Ultimus modules work together. The solution we create is an offer approval process. Let me log in with a user who has the rights to compose solutions. First, you see the system opens with a portal, which is, by the way, user specific and role specific, and you will also see later when you log in with another user, which we will have other dashboards. But this is not the topic of today's presentation. Let me go to solution composing part. The Ultimus organization allows us to create different hierarchies which are very specific to the need of your solution we are doing. In our case, we create here a sales organization, and it should have a director, 2 team leads, and 4 salespeople. And we can decide where we get the people from. In this case, we take it from the Ultimus organization. Can be also LDAP or Active Directory. It's a little bit longer, so you can apply a filter. We just bring the different people from the organization into this hierarchy. We save them. We call it sales org, and we also decide which people should be allowed to change that organization. Okay. As in our process, we want to have the process launched only by the sales managers. We create a group sales managers just by highlighting the different members of this hierarchy. Call it sales managers and save it. And just to remember, I would like you to see that Adam, he is reporting to Christy, and the sales director is Lisa. We need that if we have maybe applied different rules in the process we are composing now. The process designer is used to compose the workflow, the flow of the solution. I go to Ultimus, I go to Acme. This is the part where I want to define it. I add a new process. And the process I call offer approval 2023. The first step of the solution is only covering the human part of this process, and the second part also will include automation steps. For designing this flow, I use a fast design. This means just click on a step, deciding about what is the next step, and also just model it. I can apply some properties, which are the name of the different steps, initiate. I also can have the process decide if it's stored by a client, or maybe it's also started maybe every Tuesday, or which I don't want here. Actually, I want to have it by client. And if it's a client, it should be a group. When I have to decide from which groups organizations the group should come from, it's from the business organization. And I get here the sales managers group I just have created before. The second step is the approve step. And it should be done by the supervisor of the person who has initiated the process. And last but not least, the last one is the feedback step. And the feedback step goes back to the one who has initiated the process. So, done. I save. And next thing is composing the UI of this process. And we have the possibility to have for every step an own form, or we can also have an UI which is most of the is coming from all steps, but we also can add steps specific behavior into the UI, which I will show you when I go to the Visual Composer. The Visual Composer comes with a default template, which has 6 tabs: requester, offer, documents, violation, process, and history. This is a template which we can change. In our case, we use that one. And from our project, we have learned by separating the UI into 6 concerns, it's very simple and easy to have also very complex forms composed very quickly. So I go to a layout which I want to apply for my offer tab. I put it here. In my layout, I can also drop different controls. At some point, I want to add the requirements, and I also want to add the delivery. So I can label it. And it's delivery, and it's I can add the values, which is in this case DHL, FedEx, and others. So and other. Okay. I need to, in my process, somebody has to approve. Therefore, I use my radio group control and edit here. Same concept as before. Change the label and also enter the different values. He can be selected, which is a yes and a no. And here I can show you how step-specific behavior can be defined. I go here and say at the initiate step, it should actually be hidden. You don't need to see it. It's a proof step. It is mandatory. And the feedback step, it is read-only. Done. So I can also continue to do the same thing with selecting products and putting in the basket, or I also can use so-called digital assets, which are things which has been done before and can be just reused here. So I go here and select product, which is a product related one, so which allows me to select the products and also have a list of products which have been selected. The nice thing is it's already working here, so I just can click on a select and you see it's just added to that. Perfect. I also want to compose my requester tab. Here also I decide about the layout. The layout is quite simple. I want to hit the simple one, and also I would like to add an asset which I have done before, which is my customer selection panel. So which is added here, and also here you see that already working full functionality just by adding it to the UI designer. I go to my document tab. My document tab, also first deciding about the layout, adding the layout, and adding a document slot, which is a placeholder where I can upload documents related to this slot. So also here, change it. Okay. And also here I would like to add an asset, which is a document slot holding the customer offer. This is an asset which is being composed in a way that it works together with an automation step, which we will add later. And you will see that this automation step will generate a document and will add it automatically to this customer offer slot. After having done all that, I save my UI, my form. And before I want to publish that, actually I want to add some rules to my process. Actually what I would like to do is I want that the approve step is done by the sales director in the case the customer is coming from Germany. So in doing it in a more easy way, I have the possibility to create aliases. So I create a new alias which I call country. I can have the possibility to now link my alias to the different data objects which has been added through the reusable assets or with my controls I added. Okay, I select this country, I save that. And also allow me to add 2 more aliases which I want to use later in the process. one is amount. So it goes to total products, which is a variable including the total value of all products entered into the basket. Okay. Also here, let's put it into my alias. And I also want to have a variable called approver, which is the one telling me if the user has decided about a yes or no. Okay, I add it. So I save them. And now I want to apply these rules I told you before. And I said the rule should be when the customer comes from Germany, it should go to the sales director. Okay. Therefore, I just go to my rule definition for this step, and I here take the option to define have a different recipient. So I can say in this case it means if country is Germany, when it should change the recipient. And the recipient, let's see, it should be our sales organization, and our sales organization, it should be the sales director. So just add it and save it. After having done that, let me close this one and save it. Publish. Now the system is taking what I just did and publishing this process on my production server. So now let me log in with Adam Rogers. So I'm Adam Rogers. He's from the Ultimus organization, and he logs in. And as you see, as indicated before, he has another dashboard which is more sales oriented, but again, not topic of today's presentation. Let me go to initiate. In initiate, you see that he has offer approval 2023. He's allowed to initiate, which he does now. Okay, we can search a customer, take the first one, we can go to the offer, maybe select 2 products, ASAP, DHL, let's go to the document slot, just to show you how it works. We can add other documents here. Let me go to the desktop, just find a few, maybe something I want to upload here, upload. Okay, so I can have a look into it. And you see what I just did has been uploaded. Okay, I send. And what I also want to do here, I want to create another incident. And in this case, my incident should be a customer not from Germany. Okay, here I selected just another one. You see it's not Germany. I go to my offer. Here maybe select a little bit more. And remember, here now the amount is more than 1,000, and also the ASAP, and add DHL. And as you see, this control, the approve control, is not here, because I remember we are in the initiate step, and at the initiate step we said it's hidden. I send it. Done. Go to complete it. You see that we did 2. Let's have a look in the first one. In the first one, you see the approve step went to Lisa. And as you remember, the customer came from Germany, and we said it needs to go to the sales director, and the sales director is Lisa. Let's go back, have a look into the second one. Process map, and you see it went to Christy Craig, as we have defined it. Before we go to Christy Craig's inbox and approve it, we would like to change the process and add automation steps. Okay. In that regard, again, let me go back to my system, go to the edit mode, and add some automation steps. So one thing is I can go here to our flowboards, which are automation tasks, which I can just move to the process map and go through a wizard and train them. Or what I also can do, if I have done it before, I just can use this flowboards, pre-trained flowboards, and just adding them here. So I go to my flowboard library, And I already did something which created an offer document, which is taking a Word template, merging it with the workflow data and creating a PDF form. So just use it here. I also want to have that sent to the customer automatically. And I also want to have it saved in SharePoint so that we have also that done. So let me adjust the process. So the feedback is also go up here. So let's have here in this case just connect the different steps. So here. Okay. Before I make the process live, I see we have here this path which are just automation steps. And it can be the case that the amount in the offer is quite high. So we would like to have added a verify step. So a human has to verify the offer generation if the amount is bigger than 1,000. Also here, now let's add this step, this quick design, very simple. So let's have rename it. And it should be verified by the initiator of the process, by the salesperson who initiated the process. Okay. So, and we only want to have it done if the amount is bigger than 1,000. And so here we can apply another powerful rule of Ultimus, which is activate, which means this step is only activated if this rule is true. So let's say, which is the rule, we have this amount. Okay, the amount should be 1,000, and the rule is greater than. Okay, and what you do, it should activate the step. So what we have done, if the amount is less than 1,000, it will be generated and automatically sent. If it's more than 1,000, a human has to verify it. So to complete, give this step the name precision. And I want to also show you another set of rules which can be applied, which are the complete rules. So I go here, I go to completed, just add a rule. If this rule is checking the approval decision, remember this is a control we added, which we can say yes or no. Yes. If it's yes, we want to have that the document is generated automatically. And if not, let's create an else condition. We want to have the feedback step activated. Okay, done. After having done that, I think the process is ready, and we can again publish the process, close, save it, sure, and publish. And now you see I have two options. I can publish new version or upgrade. Publish new version means that only the new incidents will follow the new definition. Upgrade existing version means that even the processes which have live incidents, which is just started before, will also apply the new process definition. So I selected that, and now the system is checking and verifying if all the data are correct and is upgrading the process on the production system. While the system is doing it, let me log in as Christy Greg. So here we are, development 6, and log in as Christy Greg. So, and remember, Christy Greg, she should have one in the inbox, which is the process which is not Germany, and let me open it. Let's just have a short look into process. In the process, you already see that the new process is applied for this running incident. And also you can see that this process tab has been added automatically, and also this violation thing has been added automatically, and you see that something is missing here. Let me click on it, and it brings me automatically to this control, and you see that Christy has to decide about a yes or no. She says yes, and will send this incident. And as you remember, this is something which has more than 1,000, and as it has more than 1,000, after the flowboard as automatic task has generated the offer, it should go back to Adam Rogers into the inbox. So we are now back to Adam Rogers, and let's see, let's go to the inbox, and you see it just came to his inbox, this offer approval 23. It's a verify step. Let me open it. Go to document. And you see that this document has been added. Let me see what it looks like. You see it's an offer. It uses all the data from the customer. It includes also the list, of the products we sent them, which are automatically now added to the document slot. Here I send it. And remember, after this sending, the next step is sending the offer to the customer. And for that, we need to have also an email. And remember, we added this automatic task in email flowboard, which is using also a template, which we can modify here, which is the email template customer offer. So let's go to the email template, what we have here. It's this. Let's open it. And you see it's a rich text, which can go to the email, including logos, including workflow variables, which you can mix with or merge with your workflow data. So, seeing what this is the template, let's also now go to my inbox, and you see that here something arrived, and exactly this is the one we just have sent, which is our template. And also, if I open it, you can see this is the offer, the attachment we sent to the customer. So that's a little bit the end of the demo today, and you see how the different components work together and how very powerful solution can be composed very quickly.